For years, I sat at this desk, like this, working as an RN case manager. When I retired, I thought this chapter of my life was over. And what I didn't expect was that the same desk would become the place where I learned an entirely new career. 7 months ago, I started this YouTube channel with a goal. I wanted to get monetized within a year after retiring. And at that time, I had no idea if it would actually happen. In fact, there were plenty of times when I thought it wouldn't. I was uploading videos every week, and some videos did okay, most didn't, and growth was so slow, and the views were so inconsistent, and honestly, there were times when I wondered if I was just wasting my time. More than once, I talked about quitting. But 7 months later, we reached monetization. And looking back, what I learned had very little to do with YouTube and a lot more to do with retirement, growth, and stepping outside of my comfort zone. You know, when I retired from nursing, I was excited. You know, after decades of working, I finally had the freedom to travel, spend more time with family, enjoy life at a different, pace. But there was something I wasn't expecting. I missed having a challenge. For years, my career gave me goals and structure and purpose, and suddenly, that chapter of my life was over. I knew I wanted to learn something new. I wanted to push myself, and that is how this YouTube channel was born. The funny thing is, I'm an introvert. Being on camera does not come naturally to me. Actually, it is pretty uncomfortable most of the time, and talking to the camera for me feels strange, and then watching yourself on a video feels even stranger. And putting those videos out for the entire world to see, it is downright terrifying. But I wanted to do something that scared me a little. I wanted to prove to myself that I could still learn new things. But what I didn't realize was just how steep that learning curve would be. I thought I would just buy a camera, film some RV adventures and upload the videos and people would just magically find us. That is just not how YouTube works. Suddenly I was trying to learn editing software, worrying about thumbnails and titles and watch time and click-through rates and audio, lighting, looking at the analytics like crazy, and about 100 other things I never thought about before. And there were days when I just spent hours editing a video that hardly anyone watched. And then there were videos I thought would do great that completely flopped. There were times when I just stared at those analytics wondering, am I doing something wrong? One thing nobody tells you is just how easy it is to become obsessed with the numbers. The views, the subscribers, the watch hours. I was checking them constantly and sometimes multiple times a day. Well, okay, probably more than multiple times a day. And every creator tells you not to do it, and yet every creator does it anyway. The hardest part wasn't learning the technology. The hardest part was dealing with self-doubt. You start comparing yourself to the bigger channels, and you start to wonder if you're too late or maybe you're too old. And you wonder if anyone really even cares about what you're sharing. And when growth is slow, those thoughts get loud. There were definitely moments when we questioned whether we should keep going. Thankfully, we did. Then something unexpected happened. One of our videos, it started gaining traction. And it wasn't a fancy campground tour, and it wasn't a highly edited travel video. It was a simple conversation about the realities of RVing after 60. That video taught me something important. People weren't looking for perfection. They were looking for honesty. They wanted to hear about the challenges, the adjustments, the thing that nobody talks about. That was the turning point for our channel. It helped us realize that we didn't have to be the biggest channel or the most polished channel. We just needed to share our experiences honestly and trust that the right audience would find us. Then one day, after months of work, we received the email saying we'd been approved for monetization. And I'm not going to pretend it's life-changing money, because it isn't. But I didn't start this channel to get rich. I started this channel as a personal challenge, a sort of hobby, a way to learn something new and push myself outside of my comfort zone. For me, reaching monetization was more about setting a goal and proving to myself that I could still learn and grow in this next chapter of life. But it was a meaningful milestone, and it represented 7 months of learning, 7 months of frustration, 7 months of growth, and 7 months of refusing to quit. The biggest surprise wasn't getting monetized. The biggest surprise was realizing that retirement doesn't mean you're done growing. It doesn't mean you're done learning. It doesn't mean you're done challenging yourself. If anything, retirement gave me the freedom to discover a completely new side of myself. So, if you're retired or approaching retirement and you've been thinking about trying something new, here's my advice. Do it. It doesn't have to be YouTube. Maybe it's photography, or maybe it's going to be traveling or writing. Maybe it's just starting a small business. Whatever it is, don't let age convince you that it's too late. 7 months ago, I had no idea if this YouTube thing would work. And today I'm grateful we kept going. Because some of the best things in life happen when you're willing to be uncomfortable for a little while. I just want to thank all of you for being a part of our journey. And we'll see you on the next video.